Hello and welcome back to HyzerMedia's coverage of Discmania's 303 Open, a U2 Cosmic Disc Golf, D-Town Disc Golf, and Reaper Disc Supply for making this coverage possible. I'm Nathan Johnson, and I am joined in the booth by Emily Dale.
Yeah, we've had some exciting coverage. We have a lot of fun stuff coming up. So hole 10 is a par 4, 489 feet, sponsored by Dan Brooks Wells. So players do have to navigate the Mando left of the ball field light poles for this hole. They do have the ball fields themselves that are OB, as well as OB long and left of the basket as well. And we saw that one tree in the middle of the fairway really wreak havoc in round 2. So hopefully players can adjust and get around that big tree for this round.
Yeah, not too much trouble off the tee here, just looking to bite off as much distance as possible up this hill, and then you can kind of make your way around the corner after that. Nice shot there from Emma.
A little low from Amy. It'll give her a tough look headed into her second shot, but it did look like it stayed fairly flat. This looks like it's going a little bit too straight here. Hopefully that can check up. And unfortunately, it does not.
Yeah, finds that out of bounds fence over there on the left-hand side. Just a little too much height for Erikah. Maybe a little nose up. Emily looking to correct here. Gets a nice bit of turn on her disc. That's a nice shot. That's what you're looking for. Up high on the hill. Makes the distance a lot shorter in towards the basket.
You can see what Amy was left with. And this will be Erikah's third shot after her OB penalty. Headed down into the green, hopefully around this large tree. Does stay on top of the hill there for her. So she'll have an interesting shot for her fourth.
Yep, she'll have to navigate that tree you were talking about. Here's where Emma's drive landed. Pretty great position. She'll have this right side gap to work with. Navigates it well, comes up a bit short, but that's in a good position to try to grab her par. Emily opts for
this can get sneaky.
Yeah, it looks like it does. Opting for that flex forehand down the right-hand side. Ambitious line, but it works out for her.
And you can see just the challenges that come with what Erikah's left with here as she produces a great forehand out. Should give her a long look, 30, 40 feet.
Yeah, not a bad shot from that tough lie. Here's Emily. She was able to get most of the way past that tree, so pretty simple upshot for her. Emma came up about 80 short, so she'll just pitch that one up, take her par as well. Like we mentioned on the front nine, super solid play from Emma. She was able to open up quite a sizable lead on her card. We do have some players from the chase card making a push, though, so make sure to stick around. We will have some updates from them as the round progresses, so you're not going to want to go anywhere. This tournament is far from over.
And she cans that putt. Those are always never the ones that you want for bogey, but does a great job there.
Nice par save there from Amy after the shorter tee shot that I'm sure she would have liked. Good job to scramble and clean that one up. Couple tap in pars from the other two on our card, and only got a couple holes left.
Yeah, and we have chase card pushing strong. We'll see some check-ins later on. Hole 11 is a par 3, 299 feet. So this one is an island green. So players do need to come to rest in that green. If you do not make it, you will go to the drop zone with the penalty stroke. A lot of the players are trying to take that forehand or turnover line, but you do see some folks trying to take that hyzer line and really try to push around that larger tree you see. as we see Emma opting for that turnover that was successful for her for the first couple rounds.
It doesn't quite turn it as much as she'd like, but oh, and that's out of bounds. Faded out a little too much.
Yeah, I do prefer I like the forehand play here just to avoid that leaking out.
This is nice. A little low, gets a big skip though. That'll help. Should have enough distance to be in bounds for Emily there. So here's that skinnier backhand line you were talking about. You do have to beat this late tree at the end. Oh no, she catches an early tree. That drops out of bounds. Yeah, I was going to say, I'd be surprised if Erikah didn't take this forehand line. Yeah. She's got more than enough forehand juice to get it there. Flexes it around those two poles. That's a great shot.
Yeah, really well done there. So Emma and Amy are proceeding to the drop zone here. You can see what they have to try to save par.
Pretty long look. I'd be surprised. Well, Amy's giving it a bid, and she cans it from the drop zone. What a putt.
Look at that.
You love to see it. Prove, make me eat my words, Amy Vrana. Let's go.
What a great putt. I love the rundown.
It's a great feeling, running down a long par save or birdie putt. Nice birdie putt there from Erikah. Gets a friendly catch. Haven't seen too many of those this weekend, unfortunately, but got one there. That's a birdie putt, I should say, for Emily as well. Nicely done.
Great birdies there from the forehands. Nice par putt there for Amy, and then Emma will be tapping in the bogey here, which, as you mentioned, kind of the first blemish that we've seen in this final round. So hole 12, it's a par 5, 694 feet. Players do have to navigate this gap off the tee. There is the OB line on the left-hand side, fencing as well as right and long of the basket.
Yeah, this one's pretty open as long as you can kind of get out this gap off the tee. You'll see a lot of players take this high route to, as there's a little bit more airspace up there. Let's see what Emily opts to do. Yeah, looking to just get, a little bit of turn out of the hand. That'll come back eventually and put her in a really nice spot. See if Erikah can match that line. Does elect for the higher turnover. Comes out of it. Maybe a little nose up, but that'll work out just fine.
Yep. Out in the open and looking at the basket. Good things.
Yep, for sure. Yeah, at 694, this one very reachable for all of the members of our card. It's a nice looking shot from Amy. Let's see if Emma can bounce back with a nice tee shot here. Oh yeah.
It's looking a little bit turned, but I think she should have cleared that shrubbery enough that she should still have a good look down into the basket.
Yeah, she should be fine. And she's got plenty of enough distance to clear that area and put her out in the open. I love Erikah's standstill game. She really commits to when she has unsure footing, just plays the standstill, makes sure her shot's coming out clean. I like that. Yeah, something that I should probably work on more as for myself.
It's a great skill to have. as we see, oh no, I was gonna say Emily's pushing that left-hand OB and she does find it, unfortunately, as it looks like Emma might be falling, although, oh no.
Yeah, she finds it as well. It's really the one mistake you can't make on this hole. Luckily, they both did bite off enough distance that they do have a shorter shot into the green to try to grab the par, but
You see, Emily doesn't get the turn that she wanted out of that forehand. It does take her a little bit more right than she probably would have liked to be. Let me see what Emma's left with here to try to get up and down for par.
She doesn't like it, but it looks fine.
Yeah.
She's parked. That's a nice shot. Pretty unfortunate spot over there to be behind those two trees, bush things, but worked out for her. It's like that instant panic out of your hand where you're like, oh, what is this gonna do?
We all know that feeling.
It worked out just fine though. Erikah played this hole super consistently. Worked out. She'll be rewarded with a birdie putt coming up.
So we see what Emily's left with here.
For par, yes, nice. Gets it to stick.
Count
we
it.
see some friendly nubs for the first time this weekend. The putters are coming alive on this card. Love to see it.
Yeah, the players are definitely pushing everything. As we see a great bid there from Amy, but only a couple holes left and players are hungry for it.
Yeah, I love to see the push from the rest of the card, trying to make moves up the leaderboard. Here's Erikah. This is a putt for birdie. About circle's edge. Just tickles some chains. Good effort. A really nice scramble there from Emma after going out of bounds on the second shot to save her par. Keeps her at 4 under for the tournament.
Yeah, definitely. She's still having a great round as we are headed over into hole 13. So hole 13, so it's really a pushing hyzer. So par 3, 228 feet. We do have the OB left and all of these little Twizzlers if you do go early left. If your hyzer, your righty backhand hyzer does go into early, it's not a great place to be.
Yeah, you just want to make sure you commit to the width. Emily, she kind of opts for the more direct line at it. That's a nice looking shot. We'll leave her a shorter uphill putt. You could also take it over this kind of bushy tree on the right-hand side if you prefer the hyzer release. Just kind of dealer's choice. Either way, whatever will give you the width. Make sure you don't fade out early. Something like that.
And that looks great.
I swear I'm not psychic.
I don't believe you. You called almost everything.
There's that bush we talked about. Just a little low from Amy. Catches some of those Twizzlers. Comes up a bit short. She's still out in the open, though. It fought through enough that it'll be fine. Let's see if Emma can correct. She's going for more of the straight line. Gets a little bit of flip up out of the disc, and that's a great shot.
Yeah, that'll do. Great shot. So you can see, even though Amy hit early, she does still have a good look up into the green. A great execution there for her. As we see what she has left for her par. Does hit that top band, unfortunately. She'll have to settle for bogey. But I think that means the rest of our card is very close to our basket.
Yeah, 3 really great tee shots from the other members of the card. Emily will be up first here from maybe 22 feet, a little uphill, and just doesn't quite give it the height she needed off the cage. Erikah super close though for her birdie. 12-footer. Nicely done.
Count it. She's had some great birdies on this final round. She shakes her head at that tree. And we will see what Emma has left for her birdie.
Yeah, pretty much just right next to where Erikah landed. Might have to do a little straddle to get around those branches, but nicely done. That's a birdie. Get her to 5 under.
Well played. So some great birdies.
Shot
Amy
put tap in.
That's brave on these baskets.
I was going to say, that's a little farther than my comfort zone for those kind of shots, but, you know, I respect it nonetheless.
Respect. All right, hole 4. It's our tricky 378-foot par 3, hole 14, I should say. OB left and 12 screen as well as OB, but really the story here is that you just want to go straight up the gut. Anything left or right on this fairway is jail.
Yeah, I want to keep it in the fairway. Erikah opts for a little kind of baby flex forehand to try to land the disc flat. Caught a limb there maybe, but looked like it dropped her down in the fairway, so it should be fine. Looks like a wider rim driver for Emma, so she might be getting aggressive here. Keeps it low, but she gets this pretty good skip, actually. Straighter skip to kind of push her towards the end of that gap. Should be far enough up there to where she shouldn't have too much trouble. That tall grass kind of keeping Emily on the edge. The fairway herself. I'll be in a good spot.
That looks like it was low enough that it shouldn't push too far in. You can see this is what Erikah is left with. I believe she plays this intentionally this way just so that she can play for par, but her second shot looks like it might have just not come out as cleanly as she liked, and she'll have a longer look there for par. Great up and down there from Amy.
Beautiful.
How smooth. As you can see, kind of a little caught up here at the end of the fairway for Emily, but nice little half run there with the Annie forehand and a nice tee shot from Emma as well. Obviously caught up a little bit in this stuff, but still very manageable to just kind of pitch up from there and take a fairly stress-free par.
Oh boy.
Just a little bit misreleased there from Amy.
Looks like Emily went a little bit deep here on her approach. She'll be coming back at the basket for her par. Oh man, that one looked nice. A little bit right side. Definitely could have stuck, but fortunately the basket did not like it.
So this will be Emma's par putt after she got aggressive off the tee and was rewarded there. Good par to get here.
Sure.
I believe we actually only had one birdie in the final round on this hole, and that was Alexis Kerman, who we saw on round 1. So hole 15, it is a par 3, 227 feet. Once again, we have this tunnel to navigate. You don't want to be left or right. And then we do have that lake on the left-hand side. That is OB as well.
Yeah, another really punishing gap. If you don't hit it, the rough is quite thick. So take whatever disc you trust to hit that line. Make sure you commit.
No.
And that is going to be interesting there for Emma. Just pulls it a bit off the tee, kicks into the left side rough. We'll see what she has, if anything, from there. We've seen a couple players in the previous rounds just have to pitch out.
Erikah sticking to the game plan there.
Yeah,
get up to the gap.
Yeah, hit the gap with the forehand, play for the par. I like that play. Emily, she likes it too, so she's going to go for the same thing. A little more aggressive line, but still comes up a bit short. Just playing for par. A little early release there from Amy. She catches some cabbage. Hopefully stays on the edge. So this is what Emma's dealing with. Not the worst kick. Still kind of stays on the edge. She'll have this kind of turnover forehand in towards the green. Oh, and just catches some late limbs there. The line was looking good, but just a really tough ask from back here as Emma kind of, or Amy, I should say, sorry, kind of has a similar result.
You see, Erikah had to go to that patent pending and unfortunately didn't get the turn that she wanted. Gets caught up in the tree. This is what she'll have left with to try to get up and down to save bogey.
Nice shot there, though. 15 did play as the hardest hole on the course in round 3. I think that late tournament kind of pressure definitely coming into play there. It averaged 3.86 strokes, so almost a full stroke over par for the field. Nice up there from Emma to try to limit the damage, keep herself under par. That was actually a birdie look from Emily.
Yeah.
She was about pin high on the right-hand side, so really nice tee shot. Really a pretty stress-free par for her, which is nice. That's a great putt from Erikah. Keep her score to a bogey. Good commitment, high in the chains. It's what you like to see.
A tough bogey there from Emma and Amy as well, with Emily taking the par on this hole.
Well played.
Headed over into hole 16. It is a par 3, 264 feet. There is Mandel left of those marked trees. The lake is OB as well, and the road long of this tee is also OB. We see some players playing for the layup shot, just trying to get up around that corner into the gap to give them a straight look for par. But I'll be curious to see what we see on this final day as players are trying to push for the lead.
Yeah, looks like Emily wants to get aggressive. She's going to go with the forehand through the gap. Catch a little, comes out a little low, but unfortunately does stay inbounds. That lake does come in quick on the right-hand side if you do catch anything in that gap. Nice tee shot for Emma as well.
Yeah.
Going with the backhand. Able to keep it nice and low. Push up the fairway. This is that layup that you talked about. Just chip a forehand around the left side of the gap just to kind of break this hole in half and chip your way up and hopefully take an easy par. Looks like Amy is going to opt for the same thing.
Not gonna try.
But comes out a little bit wider. That might be a very tricky lie over there on the left.
Yeah, I'll give you a paper.
Speaking of tricky lies, here's what
Oh my
Emma's left
gosh.
with from her tee shot.
No. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a kick.
What a kick.
How did that? It must have hit one of the rocks, I guess, out towards the green and just right towards the basket. Wow, what a break.
Yeah.
Big fish.
I think
She
you're
cleans
exactly
up the
right.
par.
Emma, you
Yeah,
better
great par. That's one of those ones where you just have to smile and thank the course, thank the rocks.
Yeah, sometimes the good breaks do come, even though some
Mhm.
days it doesn't feel like they're there, but
Good par there from Emily as well. I think we might have missed Amy's upshot, but I believe this should be her, oh, a bogey, unfortunately. And bogey there for Erikah as well. Hole 17 is our par 3, 339 feet. It's a slight turnover here up to the green. There is OB long behind those rocks there, and the fairway line on the left-hand side is OB as well.
yeah, tricky little hole here as we come down the stretch. We're going to check in with our chase card, who, as we mentioned earlier, they are making a push. This is Britt Sawyer going to throw first, followed by Allison Latch, as we saw in our round 1 coverage. Here's Natalie Ryan, currently sitting at 2 under par for the tournament, really making a push at the lead, and throws a great tee shot here on 17 to give her a birdie look. And now Sandra Richardson, who is rounding out this chase card with a nice shot as well.
Yeah, some great rounds here from our chase card as we see some bids for birdie.
Oh, just off the top. Great effort there.
Oh, great spin putt bid there. And this will be the last look for birdie from Chase, and she cans it, bringing Natalie to 3 under for the tournament here. As you see the dance around the marshy wetlands, try not to splash yourself. So back to our lead card. Emily's on the tee first. So she's going Thrasher for that turnover play.
This looks nice. It just has to fight through some of those limbs at the end of the right-hand side of the fairway. Looks like she does, so she'll have a birdie look. So yeah, as we just saw, Natalie Ryan on the chase card is currently at 3 under par for the tournament. So Emma's got a 1-stroke lead. We'll see if she is able to close this one out with 2 holes to go. This tee shot comes out a bit low. I'm sure not what you wanted, but still middle of the fairway. Should have a very open approach from there. So not the worst shot in the world.
Absolutely. This looks like it's a little bit too far turned over. It can't fight back, so that's going to make a tricky second shot there for Erikah. Still safe, but just challenging with that tree.
Yeah, those limbs will make it difficult. So this is more what you're looking for. It has a good amount of width, moving to the right, and that'll leave Amy a birdie putt. All right, so we're going to get to Emma first. Looks like she's got a little over 120, 130 foot upshot, something like that, into the green. Just looking to get up and down to save the par.
No, get left.
She does pull it a little bit right, but still inside the circle, still safe. She should still have a putt look for par. So we see what Erikah's left with over on this far right-hand side. Really tricky shot.
Yeah, not fun over there. Quite a bit of danger to deal with.
Here's where Emily's drive landed. It does give her a clean look. She gives it a nice bid. Doesn't quite connect, just checks up nicely. That'll be an easy par for her. This was a great drive here from Amy.
Yeah, here's a birdie look from Amy. Doesn't quite give it the height.
This is Erikah for par. Oof.
Good
Great
effort.
commitment.
So over this, you guys.
Just a bit low, and you can see what Emma has over here on the right-hand side. Not fun.
Yeah, the rough at this course plays rough, and unfortunately Emma's going to have to settle for bogey on this hole.
Yeah, it just catches a limb, drops her disc down, unfortunately. So that's going to bring Emma to 3 under par into a tie with Natalie going into 18. Exciting
Wow.
stuff.
Whew.
We got some more golf before then. Here's Erikah. This is going to be for her bogey after she caught the cage and rolled away a little bit. Able to connect there though. Nice putt.
Yeah, good bogey putt there.
I was like, oh, it popped out.
She's had some really great putts this round. As we see Emma tap out for bogey, headed into hole 18 with a tie. So, hole 18, par 4, 375 feet. We do have the lake OB, we have the fence line that is OB, and then we have the power lines and OB line that are on the right-hand side of the fairway as well as you head up to the Skippy Green with a somewhat elevated basket as we check in with our chase card here to see how they navigate this hole.
Yeah, so like we said, Natalie and Emma both at 3 under par, headed into 18. That looks like a nice tee shot there for Natalie. This is Britt Sawyer with her tee shot. Looks like she gets a nice full flight.
This looks good from Allison as well. She'll get her to the top of the hill. This looks slightly pooled, but I think it should flex back and stay safe for her. Yep. So you can see how challenging the footing here is on hole 18 with these tufts of grass that the players have to navigate if they do opt for the run up. This is where what you mentioned earlier, having that strong standstill shot is definitely powerful. You can see the structure on that right hand side, that there's a lake over there, and that's what the players do have to clear to get up to the green. As we see Natalie pulling a turnover a little bit far. That'll give her a really long look for birdie, but
yeah, somewhere outside in circle 2, as we see a couple long birdie bids from the other members of the card. So here it is. Natalie Ryan for birdie from about 35 feet.
oh, look
Comes
good.
up just a bit short. Really good effort. Just barely off the cage. So that will be a tap in par for her to put Natalie Ryan at 3 under par.
So catching back up with lead card, headed into the final round once again, Emma and Natalie are tied. So Emma would need to birdie this in order to take the win par to push for a playoff. As we see some good drives here from Emily and Amy.
Yep, so here's Emma.
This
Good amount of
looks
height.
good.
Pretty
Yeah.
good pull. Fades out a little bit to the left, but plenty of safe space over there. So that's a really nice shot. Should set her up well.
Yeah, great shot there. Oh, an unfortunate low pull there from Erikah. Will give her a blind look for her second shot, which can be scary with all of the OB on this hole. This one's a little bit hyzered. Hopefully that can check up and stay safe, and it does.
Yeah, I'm sure she's just looking to stay well clear of the pond there on her second shot. Emily probably going for the green here, I would think, after a pretty good drive. Comes out a bit low. We'll see how close she got.
And you can see Amy's looking right at the basket. This is a great drive, great placement. See what she can do here with her second shot.
Looks like she puts a pretty good move on it.
You can see the spectators cheering. They liked it.
Yeah, and we finally get to Emma's drive, best of the group. We've been saying that a lot the past 2 rounds. Let's see what she's able to do here. Remember, birdie seals the win. A par would send us to a playoff. She's going to opt for the hyzer play. Maybe he swings a little bit wide, but that's inbounds.
Cleared the water. So it looks like she'll be playing for par, hopefully heading into the playoff. As we see what Erikah's left with, that's her third shot.
Pretty good. Should give her a longer par putt to end the tournament. This is Emily's third. Bit low.
Yeah. So you can see how close that lake can come into play. You couldn't see it from her second shot, but I'm glad she stayed safe as she lays up there. That's what Emma's left with. Nice little layup there from Amy for a stress-free tap-in.
Yep, here's Emily. Third shot came up a bit short. So she's got this longer uphill putt for her par.
Ooh, good effort.
Just a bit low. Good commitment. Just off the cage. This will be Erikah for her par as well. Didn't quite commit to that either. All right, so here we go. It looks like Erikah is going to tap out.
Nice putt there.
Emma's left with this 12-footer, 15-footer for par and to push a playoff with Natalie Ryan, who's in the clubhouse at 3 under.
No. Oh, she knew it out of the hand. Just couldn't quite commit to it. And that'll leave her bogey at best here. And wrapping up the event in second place as we see Emily tap in for her bogey.
Yeah, you can see the frustration, I'm sure, just the pressure. It's tough. Yeah. I mean, not many of us can say that we've had a putt to win a tournament, so I can't imagine. Still a great performance from Emma this weekend. 2 under par for the event. A really solid show, and just came up a bit short.
Amy's happy with that last putt. Great rounds all around. Huge push from Natalie on the chase card with a great final round to get her into the lead here as we see the awards ceremony.
I present to you your 2023 303 Open FPO champion, Natalie Ryan.
Congrats there. 1,000 rated round, 8 under. It was a huge push, but also congrats to the rest of our players. Emma, Emily, Deanne, Carey had a nice hot round. Supporting sponsors, thank you so much to Norse Gods for supporting this coverage, as well to our Patreon family for all of their support. Also a special shout out to Derek from Gatekeeper for helping us capture some of the bonus coverage on these final holes. We've had an exciting couple of rounds here, so thank you for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe to see more of HyzerMedia's coverage.